Hey, welcome into the Symmetry Financial Group review, where I'm going to extensively show you an in-depth look at this program, what it's all about, the pros and cons, alternatives, and so much more, so you can finally rest your head knowing that you are making the right decision moving forward. Okay, you're going to get everything. I know there are YouTube videos out there, blog posts, social media that can influence you in ways that they shouldn't. There are more so negative reviews, and there should be. There are many more positive reviews, and there should be. And then there are the ones in the middle that just show you like the business opportunity with them, which don't get me wrong, I'll get into that. But I'm going to start from the top, which is going through what this is all about, to then showing you a little bit more about that. So stick with me until the very end of this, because I'm going to be revealing some truths that you are not hearing elsewhere. Okay, and if this is the first time you're watching me, I do come out with videos like this, reviewing other insurance companies, programs, and just other types of opportunities out there for you. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. Click the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss a future video I will be coming out with. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. Symmetry Financial, it's a life insurance program, mortgage protection, and a bunch more that we'll be getting into here. As you can see on the screen here, we're on the site. And before we go down, we're going to also follow this post that I made for you, and I'll link to it down below in the description if you wanted to watch, if you wanted to read this version of it. I have it all more in depth in there, word for word. So Symmetry Financial Group overview, you already know the name. Founder, Brandon Ellison. What type of product is it? Life insurance, products and services, price free. Best for people who need secured life insurance, mortgage protection, or considering final expense coverage as well. If you're into the whole MLM network marketing thing, and if you haven't heard of that, stick with me. I'll be revealing that again within the insurance opportunity you can take with them and going through the experiences there. So again, please stick with me till the end. So summary, Symmetry Financial Group, it's a life insurance company who's partnered with over 30 insurance carriers, so you can be provided with a completely customized plan, providing you and your family with the coverage you properly need and deservedly need. You get various options. These are mortgage protection, universal life insurance, term life, final expense, and much more with them. They are very helpful in these regards and making sure you get a safe, secure life insurance plan that meets your best needs at the end of the day, right? So not everybody is created equally. There might be a different segmented group of the population that needs a different type of insurance, coverage plan, medical, etc. But SFG does a really good job when it comes to life insurance, just getting you prepared for all that. And now what about their home business opportunity? Because I know this is maybe a reason why you are here. So I'm going to cut through this right now, and I'm going to go into it also a little bit later. So if you came here today wanting to know about SFG's home business within their insurance as an independent life insurance agent, let me just say you're going to be getting yourself into what's called multi-level marketing, network marketing. And that's just how about most insurance companies operate online. That's just about all of them, meaning they have a recruitment scheme to it where you join the program and then you can refer other people in to get paid like that. And the higher you are up on this, like think about it as a food chain, food pyramid. At the top, you have the sharks. Underneath that, you might have a secondary type of animal. And then at the very bottom, you have the phytoplankton at the bottom of the feeders, right? Things that the animals feed on. The bottom of the ocean. And so it's kind of like that. When you're getting into this program, you're an insurance agent, but then you got to build yourself up to the higher plans. And that's where I have a problem with things, because it isn't always easy to get there. You're an insurance agent now, but you might be wanting to get into those higher levels, those higher management, supervisory levels, and being that team leader up here. And those people are the ones that usually make the most amount of money. Yeah, you'll hear people telling you how I make a couple $1,000s per month. Okay, if you're just doing this as a side hustle, maybe part-time income for your full-time 9 to 5, perhaps that's fine just to pay the bills. It can work, but you also have to keep back on the back of your mind that you're also going to learn how to recruit people in. And that's a lot of the times how people make most of their money, is just a whole recruitment duplicating system. Not to say you have to focus on that, But that's kind of what a lot of people end up doing, and that's how they make most of their money, off of people who, let's say they make an insurance sale, then you'll be making off of what they make, something like that, and that's how it grows. So you have to be a little bit careful of that. If for most MLMs, not all of them are created the same, but if you're somebody who wants to do this full time, it's possible with SFG. Not saying it isn't, not disregarding that. Depends on who you get trained with, the type of agency you're with. But I'm not taking that chance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go into insurance first and foremost. I've tried it and I had lucks here and there, but overall, it's just a very competitive field. I mean, people will say you have to work hard for it. I get that. I'm all for working very hard. I'm that person. I'm the one who's like, I went away from the whole 9 to 5 so I can get into digital marketing. I wanted to earn passive income, and I started doing that through a business model called affiliate marketing. And that's one of the businesses that I run to this day through health and wellness. I have a business, and then I have other types of projects. And then later on, I started getting into things like insurance, and I learned that before, but that's when I really started learning more. And I was like, man. So I started finding other ways through network marketing, MLM, even before the whole affiliate marketing thing, and it just kind of flopped on me. You had to spend money to make money into those systems. By that, I mean, you had to hold a certain rank, you had to pay a certain monthly. I'm all for paying to play. There are barriers to entry where you can get in for free, but for the most part, it's best to have a low cost and move your way in. That's what I advise to most people. And if you pay more, sometimes usually that means you get more help. Not all the times. You got to do your research on programs, make sure they're not fluff or theory or even worse, scams. But back to the topic here, not to go too far on a tangent. They're an MLM network marketing insurance company, and one where you're going to be spending your time recruiting as well as going through the products. But so many people end up not pushing through, not only because they don't work hard, but because it is extremely hard work, like harder. Like if you're the type of person who enjoys getting on Zoom calls, setting up those appointments, 10 to 15, and then taking those appointments and seeing how many of those people you can close and send people through, all that process of applying and so much more, then it might be something you like. If you're more sales oriented that way, if you come from that background and you want to work hard, like pounding on those doors, so to speak, when you're getting on phone calls, this might be something you like. I certainly, for a fact, am not a sales person first. I'm more of the marketing type. Even to this day, like that's not where I began in my 9 to 5 career. It's like where I transitioned to learning marketing, digital marketing, and all the skill sets. So there's so many insurance programs on the internet. It's saturated, and being able to help someone get life insurance can be pretty difficult, especially if you're just focusing on one program. If you're doing insurance, you should focus on many different types because it gives you more chances to close people, and you open up the doors to more people coming in. It's great to get niche on some things, but let's say somebody doesn't need this type of insurance, then you have a different one to back them up with, and you're following up with them that end. So it's not impossible by any means, but selling insurance, it's not really a sexy thing. It's not something I want to wake up to do every single day. I get you're wanting to, change your life, your families. You want to be able to take more vacation, time off, leave that 9 to 5 job eventually in pursuit of being your own boss. That's something that I've fortunately been able to do myself, not through insurance by any means, but we might be two different people. Again, it's not impossible. It's not sexy. It's not something that attracts me. Oh, I got to go sell insurance. The whole sell word, I don't even like the word sell. And it can be very dull and boring to waking up to every single day. That's why I transitioned away from this field. Not only that, but because of the compensation. I mean, it sometimes sounds too good to be true, and in most cases they are. It's a lot of a recruitment scheme. A lot of the times, even when you work really hard, it doesn't work out for you. I get it's a numbers game when it comes to these types of selling. I get that, and I've worked with that. And I understand the more volume you can bring in, the more chances you have to communicate and, eventually market and sell that insurance. I get that, but in this field, it can become very dragging for a while. You make a sale here and there. You're in it to do it consistently, and you only find to realize that you don't get help from your upline and you're not shown how to do things effectively. Insurance just becomes very dull to you, and You're just doing it at a means to get by, and it just doesn't work for you. And I know the feeling you're going through if you've gone through that yourself. And if you're like already thinking that, I know what you are feeling right now because I've been through it myself. I've struggled with that. So that's why I transitioned away from this field first and foremost, and went into a much better one. One where you can still work in the financial field, but doing it through helping small businesses get alternative business funding or loans. And I won't go too into depth on that because I want to cover the other parts of this video. But that is where you can become a business loan broker. And this is one of the hottest opportunities on the internet. It's been trending and it will be for a very long time. And not in particular the one that I'm with, where you can earn $120,000 plus per person funded, especially $180,000 plus, because it has a recruitment part to it, MLM, but you don't have to pay to play. You can actually join it for free. You don't have to pay to keep your position in. You don't have to actually recruit people to be effective at this. You can do this simply by helping small businesses who need funding. They cannot get it through the banks. They get declined. They cannot continue to reach deeper into their savings accounts. That money that they put away so they can spend it on their children's tuition one day so they can go to college for a rainy day or for whatever purposes that is, a vacation. And they can't even ask their friends and family's help anymore. And that's where you come into the picture as an alternative business loan broker, business loan agent, broker agent. And this is where you're going to help stimulate the economy through other people's small businesses. So there's no greater feeling. Just imagine waking up, you seeing that you have this person here who needs a $25,000 loan, and you're going to get them some kind of an advance revenue-based funding where then they can get it done the same day, where it's set in their bank account they can use to build, grow, expand, get out of a tight pinch. And they're going to go ahead and stimulate their business so they can help their customers. And that also stimulates the economy. So I think there's a greater purpose in this, things that I wake up to every day, and I know my why. If you want to learn more about business loan brokering, I'll leave details to that down below. My recommendations for it. Actually, I have a how to promote document right here. This is for one specific program, but I have it for more generalized as well. If you want to learn how to do it, it's a huge document that I've put together word for word, video for video, image for image, and I have a team of people who also leverage it. I've leveraged it. I know how to use it very well. It's through all the experiences and how you can get great commissions, high ticket commissions, where you're not just depending on a simple $1,000 per month, maybe not even $1 per month. You know, if you want to really do this effectively, you want to also do this full time, eventually leave your 9 to 5, this is something possible for you. And it's a great thing to get into, and especially with one of the programs that I have for you down below in the description, you can get in for free. So let's continue moving forward. Rating, I give it an 80 out of 100. I'm not going to bash on it like most people do. You know, there's its pros and its cons with everything, especially with insurance MLM type companies. So now let's go down here. What is it? Cover that already. Cover a little bit about who is Brandon. What is he about? Just share a few things about him. His background is in sales, marketing, life insurance. There's a video there I've laid there. Again, the post down below in the description. Go ahead and check it out. Getting into the right culture, marketing yourself properly. Some of the things you're going to learn about. Just mixed training. I've heard mixed reviews about it from other people, and likely you've had. Might not be the first video. Hopefully, it is the last one. Beginning agents, mentors, leaders are usually too busy to reach down to their downline, and this has happened to me before. And again, it goes back to that whole you're underneath the wrong agency, wrong people. I get that, but not all the time are you going to get that luxury. You're not going to be always that person who gets that help. You're going to have to go and find it. You're going to have to go and communicate with other people. And even when you do that, you feel like, damn, this isn't even something I want to do. Like, I personally am not somebody who wants to be on phone calls all day. Hi, this is Michael with Symmetry Financial. No, I don't want to be doing those calling 10 to 15 people, Zoom calling. There are other ways of doing this, especially when you learn digital marketing skills that I'm going to teach you. You're going to learn how to use that less. I'm not saying it can be completely taken away. There are ways you can, but you'll have to rely on it less and less. So much for the help. If you don't get help by other people, you're going to be figuring things out for yourself on the fly. And I know how that goes. I did that with affiliate marketing, and I liked it. There's parts to it I didn't like, but eventually I got to where I wanted to get to. So navigations, mortgage protection insurance. Let's go back to this here. So let's click on life insurance, mortgage protection will be there as well. So you're going to see these sections if you're somebody who's looking to get it through Symmetry. Sometimes it takes a second to load, especially when I'm on video for some reasons. So let's go down here, mortgage protection insurance. As a homeowner, you'll want to protect your home with an affordable, comprehensive coverage. And this plan is here to cover you in the most extreme cases like that of a death. It'll function like a standard term policy. You purchase a policy for a set period, make monthly payments on that. So you get a term to make those payments back. It's no different if you were in business loan brokering or any other type of field where there'll be times you get monthly, maybe you'll get a daily payment that's fixed, maybe it isn't, it could be sporadic. And if you pass while the policy is still in effect, your chosen beneficiary receives funds to pay off the mortgage. So how is this immensely valuable? It will ensure that your family can stay in the home even if you are no longer available to contribute to the mortgage payments. It's a win-win scenario. You can request a quote on the following pages, how it really works. Up to this point, I've showed you the different plans you can get. We open this page here, we go through different life insurances, mortgage protection, final expense, term life, universal life insurance. The average funeral cost is $9,000 for final expense insurances. We going down here is just footer. You can learn a little bit about both, all of them in there. Step one, you click on a plan like mortgage protection. You request a quote. You're going to go through your getting started page. You're going to enter your details first to request a quote, and then you're going to get taken to the thank you page. A little short, quick message that says thank you for your interest in Symmetry Financial Group. A member of our team will reach out to you soon. So how much does it cost? Like I said earlier, there isn't anything to get started. You request a quote, the program. A Symmetry Financial, a pyramid scheme or an MLM. It isn't a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes, by definition, don't have any products. It's just solely based on like you recruiting somebody, and you do the same thing over and over. It can almost become Ponzi-like. MLMs are just where you're recruiting people, and there are likely products in there, network marketing related, where you can recruit people, you can promote the products or sell the business opportunity to somebody. Just have to be careful which one you join, because a lot of the times you spend less time on the insurance and you just spend more time on the recruitment. So just kind of go over there, the differences between them. And just my alternative, if you're looking at this from the independent agent way, how I prefer business loan brokering as opposed to that. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to cover too, if you're looking behind me on the backdrop, I should have mentioned this earlier. We're just kind of like constructing things around the house, and we're moving things here and there. We have family over from different states, California, here in Washington. And so that's why you see kind of a little bit of a concave closed atmosphere behind me, an environment. So don't let that put you off, okay? Just had to come into this room temporarily. So now we're seeing here that the independent agent way as a business loan broker, from my experiences doing a lot more there and getting fundings and actually way better experience, especially with the high ticket potential you can earn, the different services you can offer people, payment processing, customer financing, equipment financing, leasing, refinancing. You have everything, all different types of business loans, term loans. The list can go on and on. Merchant cash advances, revenue-based funding, a lot of the things that I do, you can get focused on, and it's very lucrative. Okay, I mean, it has also a team member perspective where you can recruit people, but you don't have to, like I said, and then you can build on team member pay. Let's say you didn't get a deal one month, but you have somebody who did on your team. Great, you can get fundings, a percentage cut through them, high earning potential in there. Again, I'll leave it down below in the description. Go ahead and check them out. Where MLMs and Symmetry Financial go wrong, I kind of just go a little bit in depth on that. But before I do, just kind of want to go back in here to make sure I covered just little details so I didn't miss them. We went over the mortgage protection all the way down here. Maybe didn't cover each and every one specifically. The blog post will be there for it. How they're ranked among the top 5,000 for 5 years running. Don't see 2021 in there. different trusted partners and so forth. But we come down here, just a little bit more about the opportunity, how there was a financial group lawsuit and its management. The Bank of America Corporation were involved in a securities fraud suit filed by one of its own customers. This complaint alleged that the company had provided financial advice to this Jane Doe, including the purchase of certain financial products that was based on the false information supplied by its corporate broker. And I won't say the name here, but you can learn more about them. And I have a post for that. You can click through and then there'll be a link. You can learn more about them. Just the reviews. My agent in Minnesota is awesome. This person, Andy here, I totally didn't remember filling out the info card and sending it back, but you remember that I was interested in the product. It will kindly send you the card via text if you want a memory refresher. And it goes on from there. It's bad reviews, extremely unprofessional organization. Avoided if I could have provided 0 stars, I would have. Just some good ones here and there, and you got to take it with a grain of salt. You know, there's going to be bad, there's going to be good. Some people just using marketing reviews, so you don't know which ones are right. You can trust me with this one. I want to be as unbiased as possible. So who's Symmetry Financial for? If you're looking for life insurance, term insurance, mortgage protection, different types of insurance through them, you can go ahead and do that. If you're looking at it from a home business, if you're working 9 to 5, you're looking for an extra income source, part-time, side hustle, even full-time, that can be something. But again, I don't necessarily recommend them. It's just way too difficult, I believe. And for the amount of work you're going to be doing, you could be putting that time and energy elsewhere. My energy, especially, is very important to me, as is time. But energy is the criteria that I manage my day-to-day activities. So if I see something that isn't worth it, I will not approach it. If I don't want to spend time on a phone call because it's not worth it either, the energy isn't there to put for it, then it won't happen. So you're tired of working 9 to 5, you want to start your own business, you have a sales background, you don't have to have one, you can be completely a beginner to all this. You're transitioning into a different field, you want to learn marketing and how that can help you become the ultimate boss. Let me tell you this, you learn marketing, especially the one skill, which is copywriting, it will change your life. Right now, you might not be thinking that. You might be saying to yourself, why should I learn copy? I mean, isn't it like English when I was in college or in high school? You know, I remember being in high school, in college, learning those different subjects. And, you know, I was a great student, went to university, did community as well, was a Division I soccer athlete. So I understand that background where you have to put your head down and work hard into class. I've been there, you know, really good at mathematics, great in English, all my different subjects. But once I learned how to transition into the marketing field, which is very foreign to me, and it's still mind-blowing to me this day, especially because I blog just about every day. It's the thing I do now. It's still hard to realize. You'll learn how to do this more effectively. Who's it not for? People who don't want to scrap for change, tire kickers, lazy people, people who want a better in-demand business, such as business loan brokering. There's also affiliate marketing. If you want to learn how to do that, there's also information for that down below in the description and what that is all about, which is basically promoting other people's products and services in exchange for a commission. Okay. So do you have the desire? You have to ask yourself to want this with insurance. Selling insurance isn't easy, again, if you're especially focusing on one. Still, if you focus on many, it can be very, even when you get a reward, still unrewarding for the amount of work you put in. Pros and cons. Endless options with some of the best coverage in the market and prices so you can fit in your family's needs, which means you'll be protected and you look for after all these times. Over 30 top insurance companies to shop for so you can get the best customized insurance plan, which means you'll always have flexibility and options. Inc. 5000 ranking for 5 years running. Like I said earlier, that's set up to 2020. So you don't have to worry about getting legit and super helpful service, which means you'll feel confident and certain. You'll get what you're looking for in terms of support and also the right plan. Range of products, you can get different types of insurance if need be, which means you'll be covered in more than one way, which means you're going to get a better outlook and likely you're going to want to stick with that company. So cons, the job opportunity, it's an MLM type network marketing opportunity where you're going to be working yourself to the bone, especially with insurance type of models. If you're looking at it from a full-time perspective, I'm highly against that, especially if you don't get the right type of training, you're not underneath the right type of people, and the type of selling you go after, and the types of strategies you're just given. There are other better ways to do things. The alternatives, there's things like Family First Life, Virtual Financial Group, amongst many more that I'm not just going to get into here. From work from home opportunities, there's things like APIN, Arise, things that I've had experience with in the past. A different type of business model, affiliate marketing, again, promoting other people's products and services. There will be videos and content for that down below in the description. If you're looking at this from a business loan broker field where you can become an independent agent, things like David Allen Capital. There are other programs that I've actually reviewed, so you can go ahead and look for those. My promotional content that I give you on how to go ahead and use marketing to your advantage, how to use different types of marketing, which is old versus new, digital versus non, and why I'm for them, and just little things like that. So that's everything from me, and just some kind of like snapshots of the many that I've had. But that's everything from me. If you would like to learn more about Symmetry Financial from a customer perspective, look down below in the description, and some alternatives as well. I have the document there so you can learn more, or the post, as well as different videos. And if you're here for the home business opportunity, hopefully it just opened your eyes and you're starting to see that this insurance game might be for you. Maybe it isn't. I know for a huge percentage of people, it isn't. They may say it is, they get into it, but they're probably just recruiting you. And that's how they realize that's how they can earn more money. And they're not having successes with this. And also the whole factor of side hustle. How long do you want to side hustle for until you reach that part-time income or you get to your full-time income? It can take a long time, especially if you don't have the right training and the right people. And it just feels kind of dull selling the whole insurance thing. To me is something that I wanted to do in the past and I had gone into it. But once I knew there were other opportunities, especially with the business loan broker field, and you're going to open your eyes like crazy once you see what you can do in this, what is possible. I'm having people actually today, and I've closed my deals too, but I've had people who are texting me. I have communication with them. Hey, how do I answer this question to a prospect? Where do I send them for this? How do I get support for this? And it's all in my document, but sometimes they'll reach out to me. They'll send me emails, we'll communicate, and I'm going to be looking after you for sure. All right, so everything again down below in the description. Hopefully you learned some stuff here today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave me in the comment section. Look down below in the description again for those links to know more about these other programs. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click on the bell notification icon so you don't miss a future video that I will be coming out with. All right, thank you for all of your time.